So for me personally, I was taking antihistamine all the time. Now everybody's different and you should always stick to your local doctors and everything else. This is just more from another perspective looking at it, okay? So follow what you've been told to do, essentially. This is just my interpretation of it. So I was on antihistamine for urticaria and a skin condition, yeah? And it gets very bad, right? But I was taking antihistamine all the time, right? To try and combat the symptoms, and you don't want to ever get a flare-up. But the problem was with it, it was really drowsy, right?
Yeah.
And it wasn't just with the drowsy, I felt it with the impactness of the medication itself. So I was taking it all the time, and then I was no longer drowsy. It wore off, yeah? And along with this wearing off of the drowsiness, I also noticed that the medication was no longer working. Not as well as it used to, right? So then I started taking it intermittently, now and then. And do you know what happened? The drowsiness smacked me to the point where I nearly passed out. It was the drowsy, I forgot all about it, right? And I was like, whoa. And I noticed with this a fundamental immune response, or shutdown, if you like. Another one, I was had really bad wisdom teeth growing, yeah? And here in the United Kingdom, they don't really take them out, yeah? Until they've really pushed through. Well, I had chronic toothache for God knows how long, right? I was taking a paracetamol every day. And do you know what? In the end, I stopped taking the paracetamol because it was no longer working. In the beginning, it was working. Constantly, it stops working for me. It's almost like the body sort of adjusts to it and you build up a tolerance. I'm just going to pause it. So then when I started taking it intermittently, the paracetamol, it was giving me a few days worth of, it took the edge off it, right? So, is it really all that good for me to take it all the time? Well, I can take it all the time, but is it really working? And the answer was yes in the beginning, no towards the end. Then when I started taking it intermittently, it was working. And then I was looking at morphine and stuff like that. And this taken all day, every day, right?
Yeah.
You then build up a tolerance to it, don't you?
Yeah.
And then it's no longer effective. But what happens if you take it intermittently?
Then it works better for me, at least.
Codeine. I've been offered codeine, but I've never taken it. Like they offer it me and I say, no thank you. And then later on you sort of regret it. Maybe I should have after that, but at the same time, you sort of muscle through it and you know there's healing coming, yes, after they've done some work or whatnot. And I like to think to myself, save it for when you need it.
Yeah.
There's that sort of voice in my mind that, can I really battle this without it? And the answer is usually yes, I can try that. I had an operation on my leg in Greece. I refused anesthetic. And that's not, it's not because I didn't feel it, because I frickin' did. Every single scalpel dig I felt. There was something. But the thing was, am I going to build up a tolerance? That's the one thing I thought to myself. And then can I actually get through this? It's quite a minor thing, but it required a scalpel blade and cutting off the knee. And yeah, a brilliant person that was doing it was talking me through it and everything else, and it was like almost done and sort of thing. And I really bit down. I bit the bullet on that one. I felt every excruciating moment of it. Not gonna lie, but I just wonder if we sometimes, jump for that, and can we then build up a tolerance, and then when we really need it, it's no longer effective. It's another thing, as they say, if you take antibiotics, do they become effective? Well, if you're constantly on them, and then you shouldn't give them out willy-nilly, right? Yeah, because you can build up a tolerance, right? So again, That's something, isn't it? It's different when we talk about infection, right? It's very different.
Yeah,
But when we're talking about pain relief, antihistamine, if you've got to take it all the time, and then there's brand switching, isn't there?
yeah.
That's another one that can help.
Yeah.
But not for very long though. The body builds up pretty quickly to that pattern. But on and then off again, I found for myself personally, that works far better than continuously, yes? So, and then that brings us full circle from when we were talking about water containing all of this ingredients in it. Calcium, this, that and the other. I like the taste of nitrate, I must admit, in the water. I like that, it adds a creamy taste to it. But if we were to remove this stuff and put it into a packet and say, have pure water, yes?
Yeah.
And maybe you're feeling a bit run down or something. Can you then go and buy it like paracetamol as opposed to paracetamol? Some of this calcium and different thing like that in a tablet form, and it's all in there. And you take it intermittently as opposed to being in your water all day, every day, all the time. Would it be far more beneficial, and beneficial because we've told ourselves that we are this way, seasonal fruits, yes? So we take this seasonally, and then whatever ingredients that it has is going to be more beneficial if I'm taking this intermittently because we sit in the natural flow than having it in the water. Could you imagine drinking this all day, every day? I don't think the body would stop absorbing. If it's anything like medication, it's going to stop eventually. Because too much is too much, right? And too little is not enough. But intermittently, I think we would find that we would strengthen our species by being intermittent because we've taught ourselves over evolution that that's the way we are, hunter-gatherers. Seasonal, wanderers and seasonal.
When it's fresh and has
I mean,
the proper
pasting this
nutrients.
into a donut,
Yeah.
it's going to be more sweet naturally and impactful in vitamins,
Yeah.
and then certain times strawberries, and then certain times, I don't know, apricot. There's so many fruits that can be made this way, and you don't even need to sweeten it up terribly much. Just take the edge off that sourness off it. But you know, some of the kids have been brought up on sour sweets. They love it. Sour fruit, what's the difference?
Yeah, I love it.
Do you get what I mean? So,
Yeah.
and if it's seasonal, are we going to be able to get more nutrients and our bodies are going to absorb it a lot more? And not only absorb it, but is it going to utilize this energy in a much more impactful way? That's the question. And do we know that yet? No, ourselves do, because we've taught ourselves it just by being. And what we teach ourselves is something completely different. So yeah, I'm going to leave this one here, but there we are. Do we teach ourselves? And we also teach ourselves.
Yeah.
There we are. And it's the same with energy drink. If you drink it intermittently, ooh, it's a wake-up call and a half, but drink it all day, every day, it no longer works. So, you know, there's got to be some proof in that pudding somewhere. If I'm feeling it, and then I'm not feeling it, because I've built a tolerance to it. Do you get what I mean? So, intermittent it would be. Because we taught ourselves. And they respond to what we've been teaching the longer period of time as opposed to the shorter one. There we are. Anyway, leaving it there.